up? Out here getting a workout in, and I said I committed to doing this, so guess what? It's another day, it's another opportunity to make a vlog. So, what's new? What else has been new? Just still doing what I do. Wanted to just building up the podcast. And speaking of the podcast, coworker of mine was listening to the podcast. Like while we were there at work, she was doing her thing. She's a designer also. She was listening to the podcast, and then at the end of the day, she was like, "Man, I really enjoyed the podcast." And I was like, "You've been listening to it all this time?" And she was like, "Yeah." And 115 episodes in, and it's still surreal when someone listens to the podcast and enjoys it. It's still surreal to me. It's still crazy. But and I appreciate all of it. You know, I appreciate every last bit of it. So it was kind of cool to hear that. So one of the things that I'm trying to get set up, I'm trying to still work out the schedule, but get set up is one, do some more solo episodes, and that means talking more about the behind the scenes stuff I've learned and how to build quality connections, because there some of it is just like by pure favor of God, right? Most of it, actually all of it. But what I can say is you have to put yourself in position to reap some of these things. I remember years ago, when I first got my computer, I like certain people close to me, close to family, they were like, "Why are you always on your computer? That's all you doing, you're always on your computer," right? And at times I would feel awkward being on my computer around them, right? But I still went on my computer because I had a goal to get to. And, you know, now I look back and I was like, I'm glad I didn't let that stop me, because me being on my computer years ago prepared me for the design clients that I got by working independently, some of these words, and for this working at this agency. So sometimes, you know, you don't see the benefits. It may be years down the road sometimes. So you just got to stick with it and put yourself around the people that will cheer you on and not find an issue when you kind of find something and you're dedicated to it. All right? So another thing that I'm trying to get in motion is the Patreon page. I'm still working on that, and you know, they're just listening to different things. So it's up and running, and I think I got 1 or 2 backers. So I'm just trying to find ways how to grow it more, right? That's another thing that I'm trying to do. And in regards to now being at this agency, 2 things that I'm trying to develop big time is just my love for type, educating myself more on typography and just hierarchy, and just really being able to find not just the usual header, secondary, and then text, you know what I mean, but really trying to take my type creation and type application to the next level, right? So that's mostly going to be my next big time focus, right? So for you, pick your next time, pick something and just start focusing and dominating. You know, another big tip, one of the things that really helped me through this journey is to not take things too personally, right? Some of those people that was talking about me being on my computer, still close with them. They're still around in my life, right? There were people when I first started the podcast, like, was basically, you know, for just straight, you know, regular terms, just straight tried to play me when just thinking it's like it's a joke. And you know, it's funny now, you know, people come around when they see like there's fruits in the basket. But always remember those people that, you know, when there were no fruits in the basket, they still believed in you. Always remember that. But do your best not to take things personally, I remember when I was trying to get guests, some of them was pretty hard to get, and not because they didn't want to be on. Of course, I got a couple that didn't really want to be on it, right? But just time. Some that didn't want to be on it because they were afraid. You know, they weren't used to like speaking in front of people, or just scared of that. They'd much rather do like a blog writing type deal. You know, but through the whole journey, I just tried to not take things personal. Still today, that's the winning ingredient for me. Offer something to the industry and not take things personally, right? So I hope you guys have a blessed day. Remember, subscribe, like, leave a comment, because I want to hear from you. Peace.